Hey, what's up everybody, and good morning. This is going to be a how-to contour video. This was actually requested by a couple different people, but I'm mainly making this for my mother because she's been wanting to know how to contour, and with being, as we start to age, I know I'm 31 right now, and as we start to age, we need to know how to contour, how to place makeup, because the placement of the makeup is definitely going to, either give your face a lift or make it look like it's pretty much dragging. So with that being said, we're going to just get right into it. So whenever you contour, you want to make sure that you have a proper foundation applied. Like, you want to make sure that your foundation is on your face, and if you have to where it's cakey, the contour is going to look horrible. The whole point of it is you want a smooth application of foundation. You want to make sure you prime your face, you moisturize your face prior to, and then you begin your contour. With that being said, I have already pre-moisturized my face because I like it to seep in. I also put balm on my lips in order to let the, everything, just because before I put my lip product on, I want to make sure everything is nice, smooth, and hydrated. Okay, so with that being said, I use my Lancome moisturizer. It's the Lift Multi-Action in the purple container. Hopefully y'all can see that. And then I like to go in with my City Cosmetics Complexion Perfecting Cream. You guys have seen this in probably previous videos. So I really like this. And I like those two. I mix them and I just put them on my skin. Like, I put the moisturizer, then the Complecting Perfection Cream. And I like to let it seep into my skin. That's why I look really shiny right now. Then my next step is to go in with a primer. My primer that I've been loving lately is the Wet n Wild Coverall Primer. And for it being a drugstore primer, it's a really, 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 really good primer. So what I'm going to do now is, this has had time to seep in. Take a little bit of this. And because this is more of a lotion kind of primer, it does not become too oily on my skin. So it ends up working really, really well because I have combination skin. Okay. It's really weird because I get dry in my T-zone and my brow, like basically right here is where I get dry in my T-zone. And then my cheeks and my upper, and where my Cupid's bow is, and right under my lower lip, I tend to get kind of oily. So I have really weird combination skin. I like to put the primer in my eyebrows because this way, when we go in and do our eyebrows, which I don't have to do too much to them because I just plucked them, haha. But when we go into our eyebrows, they'll last longer. Any product that you put on is going to last longer. So I like to give that a second to seep in, make sure that it's nice and smooth on the skin. Okay. And after that, just letting it seep in. Prior to doing anything else, I do like to go in with my eye primer. And I will put my eye primer, which you guys know me, previous videos, I love my Too Faced Shadow Insurance. It's absolutely, positively amazing. I do like Urban Decay as well, but right now it's just, I really do love this. And I just use a tiny little bit of product for both eyes. So I like to pre-prime everything. Even if I'm not going to do my eye makeup right away, I do like to prime everything prior to. Okay, then you just let all that sit in. Okay, welcome back. From time to time, you can decide when you get to the next step, if you don't have to put a thick foundation on for contouring. You can do a standard BB cream, depending, anything you use on your face, whether it's a BB cream, a CC cream, whether you like to use a light to medium or a medium to full coverage. You can definitely, whatever foundation you use, make sure you put that on. Make sure it's nice and smooth and blended out. You don't have any lines or streaking. and then, you know, you want to go in with your contour. Okay, so we're going to speed up this part, and I'm just going to do my foundation really quickly.
This ain't a song for the broken hearted.
As you can see, welcome back. You do want to have a flat top buffing brush because, and you don't want to put a lot of pressure into your face when buffing your foundation on. I learned this from past experience because you're basically going to be putting the foundation on with, I have my Expert face brush from Real Techniques, and then I go back in with my buffing brush from Real Techniques. This one I like to use to basically push the foundation into the skin, and when I do that, it basically helps to evenly distribute it. And then on top of that, what ends up happening is that the foundation is evenly all over the face, and I pretty much cover my face using this one. And then I go back with the buffing brush, and with a very light hand, I just lightly go over the tops of the skin in a circular motion, as you see, just to buff in the harsh lines and get everything evenly distributed across the skin. And if you're a beginner, even with foundation, this technique works amazing. There's some people who they do definitely like to use, I've noticed they like to use a sponge, but if you're a beginner, I wouldn't recommend using a sponge. That's just me. I still, to this day, I have sponges. I mean, I have sponges galore. These are full of sponges. And I prefer this method over anything. Okay, so I'm just finishing up buffing it into my skin. Making sure that everything is nice and even. Okay, and me personally, what I like to do, if I feel like I haven't gotten a lot of sleep, some, you know, you can put under eye concealer under your eyes. I personally like to use, which is wearing off, it's my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. It's amazing, and a little goes a long way. This will last you a very, very long time. And my color is neutral medium. And when I mean a little bit, just like I put on my eyes for priming, I mean a little bit, you're going to see. I like to put it in the back of the hand, and I like to warm it up. And then I go and I dab it under my eyes. And that helps with any darkness. It helps with the appearance of bags because the light will make it seem as if it is nice and lifted under there. And that's what I like to just dab it, and then I like to go in a sweeping up motion. Not tugging on the skin, and then blending it into the makeup. I'll then go back in with this brush because it has a little product on it, and I like to blend in those two. So it doesn't look like I have like these big white circles, or, you know, the color doesn't match. You can always go back in and just blend it in. And voila. I do like the way that works. Okay, now that we've done that, now it's time to get to contouring. That's what you're here for. Okay, now that you have a smooth application on your face, and you're all done, and you're starting to get this little, oh my god, my skin itches feeling, because I go through that every single day. Now we're going to start contouring. My go-to contour is the Lorac Pro palette. I love this palette because, yes, you get a mirror that I probably just blinded you with, but you get a beige shade, you get a yellow shade, which these are the highlights and these are your contours. Then you get this shimmery, very, very subtle, which I put my nail into just a minute ago. This very subtle shimmer, which, I mean, it's really nice, especially for beginners who don't, you know, want to over highlight. It's really nice. The bottom, you have a light contour, a deep contour, and a medium contour. I pretty much like to use all three. That's just me. But I just, cool tones look so much better. You don't get that orange pumpkin look. You don't look like, you know, you're a spray tan gone wrong. It looks really nice, and it's like a natural contour. And then you have a deep contour, which I like to use the deep towards, going up towards my temple, like as I'm going back towards my hairline, because it deepens it, and it kind of, I do like a gradient thing. You'll see. Anyways, this is what the Lorac Pro looks like, and I love, 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 love this. Like, you have no idea. So, what I like to do is I have this brush that I absolutely just, it's my go-to brush, especially for setting my under eye. It's by BH Cosmetics, and it is my just lifelong. I love this, okay? It's the number 4 in their 14-piece signature set, and it's really nice because it gets right in there. And what I like to do is I like to take that beige shade, which we're wearing black, we don't want to get that all over. Just put a little bit, okay? And what I want to do is I like to lightly, very, very lightly put the beige under my eye, just as a base, to set my under eye concealer. That's all I'm doing right now. I'm just setting everything. Okay, go along my nose with it. Okay. I like to go right here because our contour is going to go here, highlight goes here, and then I take that beige right here because I'm also going to contour under my neck. Okay. Now, the basics when it comes to contouring, what you want to do, sorry, is wherever there's dark, you have to bring light. Meaning that if I contour here and here, I have light here and here. And then contour, light. See? So it's light, contour, light, contour. When you contour your nose, you go contour, contour, light, light, light. Most people like to contour around the edges of their face. So, let me start laying down my bases so that you can get an idea of what I mean. I'm just going to take an angled fluff. It's not too dense. The brush that came with this was really, really dense, so I don't, you can use it. Don't get me wrong. I like that more for highlighting, but I do like a nice, fluffy, angled brush for contouring. So what I like to do is I'm going to set my contour, just go in with that light shade, just a little bit. You always want to tap off the excess. You don't want to put a whole lot of product on your face. Okay. I like to take and find where my tragus is, which is this little bitty piece right here. And I like to go, normally because I know where it is, I can see where my contour is. I can because I've done it for so long. But if you are new to it, you can always do the beginner step, and that's, you make a fish face. And I don't take the brush like this, I take the brush on an angle so that that product goes in there. Now everyone's contour space on their face, okay, I'm Dr. Seussing it now, is going to be different because of the fact that not everyone's face is built the same. Some have higher cheekbones, some have lower cheekbones. You just have to find it. As you can see, I have placed my contour. Just like that. Okay. Go in and do the other side. I like to go into my temple just a little bit. Then I take that light shade and I go right very, very lightly around my hairline. then you also can contour depending, you know. Me, I have a double chin. I don't like it. So I go underneath, right behind my ear. I sweep down. And then going horizontal to vertical, and I start going down my neck. Very light strokes. You can have to be, you know, you don't have to be very, very heavy-handed on this. You don't want to, like, irritate your skin. You want to be very lightly, because you're buffing it into the skin. Repeat on the other side. Go with your natural shape of your face. You don't want to make a mask, but what you're doing is I'm basically going around here because I want to make this a little more broad. I want to give myself more definition and to define my face. And then I just go down. Okay, now this area right here is where I like to use the deep contour, because I want to shadow that. I want to make that appear as if that really doesn't exist right now. And as you can see, I'm very light-handed, and I'm just buffing it back and forth. Voila. We really don't have a double chin anymore. Unless I go, then you can see it now. Okay. Now, the other portion of contouring, some people like to contour their nose. I have a big, big round nose. So I like to take the light contour, as you can tell. I'm starting to get a dip in it. What I do is I go from here, where you see where your natural brow is. Your face already technically gives you definition. So you just have to lightly follow that definition. And I take just a little blending brush down the side of my nose. Don't fight your face, go with your face. And then I like to go around the tips of my nose. And down my nose. You can always go in and deepen it. You don't have to put too much. And then go in with a blending brush, any kind, doesn't matter. I like a flat brush, and I just kind of pat that into the skin because I don't want to pull any product up. Just some patting motions back and forth. Because the nose is the hardest thing to pat. It's to blend out. There we go. And then it's just a very, very, very subtle contour to the nose. It's nothing overdone. Now back to our cheek contour. I like to let it sit for just a little bit. Then I go in and I blend it. The brush like this, going in an upward motion, very light-handed, and then I blend down. Because it's going to give a gradient effect to your contour. Same thing on the other side. When contouring, you want to blend them all. You want to blend all your lines out. You should not have any harsh lines. Your contour should be seamless. You should see darkness without actually seeing like a bold line. There should never be a bold line. Otherwise, you need to blend it more. So, and then with highlighting, what I like to do after I've contoured is I'll go in with that yellow shade, the same brush, and I like to just go under my eye and I push it into my under eye. You can also just use the yellow based on your skin tone to set your under eye, but this is my step that I like to do. I like to take that yellow, the center of my nose, into my T-zone, just up above my brows, just this area right here. Okay, highlighting. So, after doing that, everything looks really, really nice. I will take that beige shade, okay, and then go in and do again right here. This is going to help blend that contour out even more. You want light in the center of your face, you want darkness shading around it, meaning that you want to focus it on the best features. What I also like to do is I like to take a little bit of a mix of those yellow and beige, the yellow and the beige, right above my upper lip. And then I put some right here too as well. Highlighting your upper, like by your cupid's bow, is going to make your upper lip appear larger. And that is the basics of contouring. After I do that, what I personally like to do is I'll go in with a setting powder. I overly set my foundation. But the reason that is because with working and moving around all day, I have to do that. You don't personally have to, but I go in with the powder brush from Real Techniques and my MAC medium dark mineralized skin finish. Swirl it, tap it off, and I just go over my skin. And it sets my contour, it sets my foundation, it helps to mattify any shine, and it's just a light fluff over the skin. And voila, that's how you contour. Contouring should never be scary. Contouring is actually quite easy. It's not hard at all. The basics in contouring is not hard at all. Now, if you are like me and you like to put shimmer on your face, like more of a bold highlight, you don't want anything just subtle. Like this is a subtle contour, and it's a beginner contour. You definitely can use something that has a bit of a shimmer in it. I like NYX's Ritualistic. It is just, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to blind you. It is this really nice kind of, it looks white, but it actually has a gold undertone to it. I just take a very little bit. Okay, and what you do is you contour it here. So you go right here, just on the very, very tops of your cheeks. And you highlight right there. Highlight goes down your nose, the bridge of the nose especially. I like to bring it between the brows and up just a little bit. And even on the tip of my nose. Then I go and I go right on my cupid's bow and right below my lower lip. And then now my highlight is done. I'm completely done highlighting and contouring my face. That's basically how you do it. There's nothing else to it. If you want to add blush, we all know, if you want to add blush, we've all been doing blush forever. Basically, this is highlight, this is contour, this is highlight. Contour, highlight, highlight. I highlight here, you can contour here, highlight. Okay? And then your blush basically just goes right here. I don't do the apples of my cheeks swirling around thing. I think it's very old-fashioned, doesn't look right. So I like to lightly sweep it here, and I go up. And it gradients as it goes to the top. And basically what it does is it gives a nice voluminous, airbrush. It gives a nice luminous airbrush look. It doesn't look overdone. It doesn't look too harsh. It actually looks really, really nice. So I hope this was helpful. Step by step what I used, where I put it in the box below, so you guys get a full how-to. I hope this was helpful. I don't want to over dramatize it and make it like it's something that it's not. Contouring should never be scary. Contouring is not something that's very hard to do. Contouring is actually quite easy. And it's all just basically looking at your face, and you're analyzing your face and seeing what do you want to bring to light and what do you want to define and kind of hide. Alright guys, I hope this was helpful. Mom, I hope this was helpful. I love you very much. And I will check you guys in the next video. Have a beautiful, blessed day, and see you later. Bye.